The second thing, which I think is incredibly important, we are going to be bloody lucky if there's any kind of civilization that we could recognize at the end of this century. And yet over 90% of the brightest minds in our universities are not even examining this issue. And we need to get them involved. And the best place to start with them is to give them a laboratory of our mistakes. Look at them. You got the bright minds. You tell us how we can change these designs so that they don't end up in this facility. It makes me cry when I hear that Suffolk in England is going to spend £1 billion on an incinerator. That's $1.5 billion over its lifetime, frittering away on a machine that's going to destroy things when we could be putting a fraction of this and giving our professors something important to do. It has the potential to link zero-waste solutions with other aspects of sustainability. Try and get the average person interested in sustainability. It's tough. You know, people write books about it, but it's an academic term. It's remote from people that are trying to put food on the table. But what is not remote from their lives is the waste that they make every day. And so if you can harness them on one, then you can drag them into the others and encourage them into the others. And I think the psychology of this is fantastic. I mean, every day on television, we keep hearing negative messages about what we're doing to the environment. The losing of the forest, the desertification, the species, the plastics in the ocean, the ozone layer, the global warming, you name it. We're depressing the shit out of our children. I mean, if I imagine you were now 12 years old and someone was telling you every night, there is no future for you. There is no future for you. And I think that this offers us the potential, not only at the higher end of education, to get our professors involved with something which links to other aspects of sustainability, but it also gives us the chance of involving every citizen. The biggest mistake that we've ever made is to separate waste from the rest of society and have waste experts. Heaven help us to solve this with waste experts. We need everybody solving this problem. We need every single discipline that you can think of, every single creativity working on the issue of sustainability. Poets, painters, musicians, everybody. It has the potential to attract very creative designers. I have a little story which I tell in Italy. I said, imagine Leonardo goes to the biggest incinerator in Italy, Brescia, most beautiful incinerator in the whole world. And so Leonardo, he goes to the tipping pit of this incinerator. He says, what is this material? He's never seen this stuff before. You know, they didn't have plastics. What is this stuff here? 1,000 tons a day. I said, what is it? Oh, Leonardo, that's the stuff we bought yesterday. Oh! You bought all this yesterday? Yes. And what are you going to do with it? We're going to burn it. Boring. Incredibly boring. The world is not threatened by evil people. It's threatened by boring people. Human borings. And human borings build landfills and incinerators. We need creativity. Creativity is on our side. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Leonardo. Well, I gave this talk once in a little town outside Rome, and one of the people came up afterwards. He said, it was very interesting what you said about Leonardo. He says, do you know that in Leonardo's writings, he said there was no such thing as waste? Oh, wow. Yeah. So the first zero waster in Italy was Leonardo da Vinci. Not Luciano Ercolini, Leonardo. This is good. And it is the key alternative to the magic machine approach. Oh, no, well, we've been listening for 25 years, Neil and Dan. We love recycling. We love composting. We love reuse and repair. Dr. Connett, we agree with nearly everything that you say, except you could never do it all. You're always going to have this stuff left over called residuals. And this is why we got to build Machine X right now. Spend a fortune. So we've got to be able at this point to come and say, no, 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 no. You are getting more and more sophisticated at answering the wrong question. Right? Our task in the 21st century is not to get better and better at destroying things. Our task is to stop making products and packaging that have to be destroyed. And so our task is not to make the residuals disappear in smoke and nanoparticles. Our task is to make the residuals very, very visible. And that's why we need that residual screening and research facility. And so it's something you can do right now. Everybody knows you're going to have landfills. What are you going to do? You're going to build a big magic machine in front of the landfill and put ash in there? Or are you going to intercept right now and build a residual screening and research facility in front of a landfill? So where are we? Well, there's a videotape showing you this screening facility in Nova Scotia on the web. We have Kapanery. It's a very small operation, very little budget, but a lot of creativity in Kapanery. And we have an exciting meeting coming up next month in Coventry, UK, where they are really seriously, the University of Warwick and various industrial people and politicians are very anxious to set up a residual screening and research facility. And I haven't seen this, but I'm assured by Richard Lord from Guernsey, who has seen this. It's a private company in the Netherlands, a total waste operation, a bit like the Stockholm thing, but more. They take everything. They're competing with incinerators. Only 2% of that material is being sent to incineration. And they also, Richard said, they also have people there researching these residual fractions. So it may actually be happening right now. The company is called VAR, V-A-R. So I think it's very reasonable that we can get 70 to 80% with community responsibility, but the last 20, 30% is going to come from here, from industrial responsibility. That's more or less what I wanted to say. So, thank you very much.